Hey guys, FreeFreak59, as you can see by task today guys, we do have the next episode of Squad Builders today, and as you can see, we do have an MLS team today, and this team by far was one of the most sweatiest teams I've ever used in Ultimate Team, and it was a lot of fun to play with, and obviously I am going to be keeping this team because it was heaps of fun to play with. I normally don't keep, Squad Builders after I finish them. I usually sell them on and, go buy another team, but today, this team was absolutely fantastic that I'm going to keep it and basically, keep it in my club and play games with it. So I also have a technique that I can give you guys that you can use in the coming months to make thousands of coins on MLS players. If you guys want to see that technique, I can do it in a video on Trading for Dummies. So if you guys do want to see that technique, leave a comment below and I'll get to it. So let's get into a video now. So this squad builder, as I said before, is going to be an MLS squad builder, and the MLS does have a lot of pace, so I decided to make a 5-back formation for this team. I usually don't do 5-backs, but today I thought why not do it. So the first player we are going to be having is G Spring. This guy was absolutely fantastic, 6'5" goalkeeper. He has actually transferred to Payok, I do believe, so his price will probably go up a little bit. So I managed to get this guy for 4.3k with the glove chemistry style. Absolute fantastic goalkeeper. At the start of the goalkeeping with this guy, like in the first couple of games, he was a bit of a struggle, like first 2 or 3 games, but after that I sort of got used to his playing style, like keeping him in and not bringing him out all the time. So let's move on to the 3 centre backs of this team. So the 3 centre backs are going to be Olave on this side, and we're going to be having Colin, the informed Silva, on the middle of the team, and Bezler on the left hand side. So we'll start off with Bezler. As you can see, I did manage to pick him up with 3,000 coins with the Shadow chemistry style, which is one of the most expensive chemistry styles in this game. This guy was a lot of fun to play with. His work rates are absolutely perfect for a centre back, and he would probably be in the top 3 or 4 silvers for centre backs or defenders that I've ever used in Ultimate Team. So yeah, Ultimate Team this year, probably not all of Ultimate Team, because other players like Manuel in FIFA 13, well not actually FIFA 13, but like FIFA 12 and FIFA 11 were much better than this guy. But obviously this year there aren't a lot of options for silver centre backs that are absolutely amazing. So moving on to Olave over here, this guy was a highlight of defense. As you can see, by far the best centre back that I've ever used in FIFA 13 and FIFA 14 silver wise. As you can see, 3.2k for those amazing stats. If this guy was in the BPL, he would probably go for like 10 to 15,000 coins easily. So those stats are absolutely amazing, decent work rates. And we move on to the inform of this team, and it is going to be this guy over here called Colin. I wouldn't actually go for this guy because he has been price fixed, I do believe, on the PlayStation market. I'm actually getting for 30,000, like about 37,000 coins, but he has been price fixed, so that could basically like deter you from buying him. But if you don't want to buy this inform and make the team cheaper, then you can always just go out and get the normal card or replace him for Opara, because Opara does have like 86 pace if you want to get more pace in the team. But considering Opara doesn't really have too many good defending stats, I decided to get this guy instead. Now moving on to the left wing back and the right wing back. So right wing back we're going to be having Win, and left wing back we're going to be having Ash. So I'll start off with Ash over here. As you can see, did manage to get this guy for 3,400 coins. Got pretty good stats for a bronze player. Only letdown for this guy would be his height. Like work rate's not too bad, because in this formation you don't really need the left wing backs and right backs to defend, but it is nice if they can defend. And this guy was perfect left back for a bronze. As you can see, managed to get me 5 assists. This team, you might be thinking, oh, it's pretty shit in like gold cups, but it was absolutely amazing for me when I used it in the gold season. So I used it in Division 2 and Division 3, and I managed to win Division 2 using this team and another team, which was about a 5 to 10k team, and it was absolutely amazing, these 2 teams together. So this team is very good, and if it does suit your playing style, if you do get used to it, you can use it to your effect, because there is a lot of pace in this team, which is very helpful in FIFA 14. So Win, we have this guy over here. It was a little bit sad today, well this year basically, that this guy was a right wing back instead of a centre back, because he used to be a centre back in FIFA 13 and past FIFAs. But unfortunately he is a not centre back, why do I keep screwing up? He's a right wing back, but he does sort of suit the role decently, but the only letdown is he's passing. But other than that, he is a pretty good right wing back. Now moving on to the centre mids of this team, we are going to be having Alonso and Cleberson. So we'll start off with Alonso over here. Actually, accidentally went on Win and Collins. So Alonso over here cost me 350 coins. Absolutely amazing centre mid. I do believe this guy default is a centre defensive mid, then you have to convert him to a CM, but it only costs about 700 coins, so it isn't too much. This guy was really good in game, and he's an absolute workhorse in game. Always running after the ball and a great player in the team. His passing, in my opinion, is much better than 65, but his shooting, I would say, is around 63. It was pretty bad, but this guy was more of the centre mid that defends in the team. And he was very good at that because he does have, like 87 strength in game, which is absolutely amazing for a 76 rated card. He's sort of like a Vidal sort of player, I felt, because he was really good in game, but the only thing he lacked apart from Vidal is, the shooting. But we move on to Cleberson, more of the, creator sort of player in the team. So this guy managed to get me 2 goals in the 14 games and also 6 assists, which is very good, considering this guy is a silver card. Got fairly good stats there, all over 70 apart from the defending. But we move on to the cam of this team, and it is going to be Sanchez over here. This guy was a silver gem in my opinion in this team. He doesn't really have the best on-card stats like the goals to games ratio and the assists, but this guy was a massive contribution to the team, and I would enjoy using this guy in another team. Like I could use this guy actually with like Suarez and Cavani, if I was going to make a Uruguayan team. Now moving on to the strikers of this team, we'll put Martins on this side, and on this side we are going to be putting Johnson. And we do have Eddie Johnson over here for 15,000 coins. This guy was so much fun to play with, and was by far the best player in this whole team. 15 goals in 14 games and 3 assists. That's absolutely amazing for a striker pairing where you have 2 strikers, like a formation where you have 2 strikers, because normally when you have a formation with 2 strikers, usually they have quite similar like goal ratios, but this guy was absolutely amazing and by far the best silver striker they've ever used this year in the game. Malapa, fairly good, but this guy is on another level compared to him. As you can see, he does have the Hunter chemistry style. I did buy him with that, which was a big addition to him, I would say. So this guy, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, absolutely amazing, and I would recommend you buy this guy for this team. Now moving on to the last player of this team, we do have Overpowered Martins, a fairly good player in this team. 11 goals in 14 games and 6 assists, which is fairly good considering this guy is only like 1,000 coins. So he is a really good player, and also he can shoot on both feet. As you can see, he does have the 5-star weak foot. So that wraps up this team, and if you guys do want to see that training technique on this team, a like would be appreciated. Also leave that comment below if you want to see that. So see you guys next time. Have a nice day. Bye.
Boy, I love the way you move to this song.